The handcuffs snapped shut with a cold metallic clang, loud enough to cut through the stillness of the early morning street. "You're resisting arrest," growled the officer, twisting the woman's arm behind her back with unnecessary force. Passers-by stopped in their tracks. Gasps filled the air as the tall, poised black woman was shoved against the hood of the patrol car. Even in that moment, her back remained straight, her bearing unshaken. She looked like someone who wasn't used to taking orders, and for good reason. "You have no idea who you just handcuffed," she said, her voice like steel. "But in 20 minutes, both of you will wish you hadn't touched me. In an hour, you'll never wear those badges again." Colonel Denise Harper didn't speak in threats. She spoke in facts. Decorated, respected, and recently returned from a classified mission abroad, Colonel Harper was en route to a high-level debriefing at the Pentagon. She had made a quick stop at a quiet cafe just outside Quantico, hoping to grab a cup of strong coffee before the long day ahead. What she hadn't expected was two local officers eyeing her car, a black luxury SUV, as though it didn't belong in that part of town. "You miss yours?" one of them muttered, eyeing her with suspicion. Denise raised an eyebrow. "Is there a problem?" "Suspicious vehicle," the other officer replied flatly. "You match a description." She crossed her arms. Description of what, exactly? That was all it took. The tone in her voice, the confidence in her stance, it threatened them, and like too many before them, they responded not with reason, but with force. Without warning, the officers grabbed her, twisted her arms behind her back, and slapped on the cuffs. One of them smirked. "Got a lot of mouth for someone under arrest." Denise had faced down warlords. This was nothing. "Let me make one phone call," she said, her tone calm, measured. The taller cop laughed. "Yeah, right. You're not calling anybody." But they didn't realize she didn't need to. She'd memorized more emergency protocols than they'd memorized their own badge numbers. Looking to a nearby pedestrian, she began to recite a string of numbers. A secure operations code. "Dial exactly what I say. Now." The bystander hesitated, then obeyed. 2 rings. Then a voice. "Pentagon secure line." The officers froze. Their bravado started to crack. "This is Colonel Denise Harper," she said clearly. "Badge numbers 3910 and 4086 just unlawfully detained me. I need immediate verification of authority and response." The silence on the other end lasted barely a second. "All units, stand down," came the order. "Repeat, stand down." Suddenly, the radio on the cops' belts erupted with urgent chatter. Backup arrived. But it wasn't for Denise. It was for them. The police chief's voice broke through the static. "You idiots just handcuffed a Pentagon-level officer. God help you." The officers scrambled to unlock the cuffs. Denise stood tall, rubbing her wrists, eyes locked on theirs. They stammered apologies, but she wasn't interested in forgiveness. She calmly retrieved her phone. "Secretary," she said into the receiver, "audit their files. I want records on every stop they've made, every complaint, everything." Then she turned to the 2 men who had mistaken her for powerless. "You picked the wrong woman." By sundown, the officers were suspended without pay. By the end of the week, they were facing formal charges. The footage, body cams, eyewitnesses, even the cafe's security tape was splashed across every local news station. And as Colonel Harper walked into the Pentagon the next morning in full uniform, the lobby screen replayed the incident again and again. The message was clear. Even in street clothes, some people outrank your prejudice.